Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another VHS video. Today I have for you the ultimate guide to playing the monster role in VHS. If you haven't already checked out my ultimate teen guide video, it is on the channel if you're interested in learning the teen role and how to optimally play it. Plus, knowing how both sides function is very beneficial in the long run of learning VHS. And of course, if you learn anything from this video or enjoy it in general, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel for more VHS content in the future. Now let's just jump right into the video. So as a monster, it's your goal to eliminate all the teen players in the game. Whether you hit them continuously until they finally lose all of their health bar and die, or you just simply get them all down at the same time, you'll win the match. There isn't any cheat mechanics in this game to allow teens to get themselves up from the prone or down state, so once they are all down in the game is automatically won by the monster. When you spawn in as a monster, don't expect the teens to spawn far away like in DBD. In this game, they can spawn very close by. So check around all the corners and listen for footsteps before transforming. If you're a doll master player, however, it's probably better to transform right away since you want to set up dolls around the map. As a monster player, you'll need to master your abilities and know when to use them. Reading ability descriptions in depth to know how long you can make teens cower with your howl or how long your war armor lasts will be the key to properly knowing when to engage and disengage in a fight. Knowing those two key tactics, when to engage and pressure teens and when to disengage and wait for your ability cooldowns, is going to be something that comes with time, but once you've mastered it, you will see yourself getting banished a lot less in a match. I went my first 16 matches without a loss as a monster, but made one stupid mistake in a match that gave me my first loss, and that was not mastering my abilities. I thought a howl could counter a shock sphere, and like I showed in my ultimate teen guide, it cannot. So really take the time to learn all the possibilities with your monster. Remember, there is no time limit in a match, so be patient at times, wait for your cooldowns, and aggress when the time is right for you. Don't always just smack a teen and chase them without having a backup plan or all of your abilities on cooldown, because you'll never know if they are leading you into a trap, especially if they're forcing you into an animation like vaulting a window or opening a locker that has no teen inside, because then they could just easily banish you while you're in an animation. But being patient and waiting doesn't mean to waste time either. The more time you waste sitting around, the more weapons the teens will have crafted. So it comes with time, knowing how to balance the playstyle between being aggressive, being defensive, and being patient. And to complicate things even more, as you go through your monster's journey, you will be given ability mutations that in some cases can completely change your monster's playstyle. This is called chromatic aberration, and it spills from under-injured teens. This will be your main way across all monsters of tracking a teen visually in this game, or at least while they're injured. Otherwise, you track auditorily, listening for slight breathing sounds if a teen is behind a wall or table near you. You listen for crafting noises such as these. You listen for props and items moving as teens shuffle through them. You listen for healing noises. Shock sphere charging noises. Teens running or vaulting loudly. Teens hitting a vending machine or searching through trash cans. There are a ton of sound cues in this game, so keep an ear out, as your ears are your best friend in this game. Putting pressure on teens is your #1 priority from the very start. It's good to assume within the first 50 seconds of the game no teen will have a weapon, so go out there, listen for crafting, and down as many teens as you can. After the first minute, it's time to play a little more safe, especially if there is a teen you haven't run into yet, which you can assume probably has a weapon and could be hiding behind any corner waiting to ambush you. Remember, be afraid of the teens. They can defend themselves, they can actually kill you in this game, so be scared. Check your corners and use your tracking abilities to locate teens that can't defend themselves, and use your defensive abilities to engage teens that can. Memorizing which teens are holding which weapons is needed in this game. You shouldn't be afraid of a silly stun weapon when you've seen the hands of all other teens in the game and know they can't banish you since they have no weapons. Now when you actually do get banished, remember it's not completely a bad thing, because now you have 2 less crafting tables to rotate between and defend. Once the teens are down to 1 stigma left, the monster just has to defend 2 crafting stations. Because again, there are 2 crafting stations for each stigma in the game. There's 4 sigmas, which means there's 8 crafting stations around the map. Defending the final two stations is of course easiest as the doll master, since you have dolls and you can just set them up across the map at those two crafting stations and defend them from afar. So besides knowing who you're playing as and mastering their abilities and just simply keeping your eyes and ears open to track, overall the monster side is just a lot less complex and easy to pick up compared to the teen side. You're all in it for yourself and can make plays by yourself that don't directly impact your team in any way because, well, you don't have a team. The reason this guide is so much shorter than the teen guide is just because the monster role in VHS just isn't super complicated. You viciously pressure teens at the start of the match while they are guaranteed to be unarmed, and then you play around their weapons using your counters and learn to attack and defend at the right moments later in the game. And then bam, that's GG. There's not much else I can go in depth with, but if you'd like to see all the monster abilities in this game, you can check out my other YouTube shorts on them, 1-minute shorts for each monster and all their abilities in the game. Or you could check out my perk tier list as well, where I rank every single perk in the game. And as always, if you found this guide helpful or want to support my channel in any way, drop a like, drop a sub, I'd really appreciate it. And that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one.